Alright guys, I'm going to be coming in with a new Assassination Rogue guide. This time it's going to be pertaining to the Doomblade legendary, which I just wanted to test right now because I don't like the Master Assassin legendary. And it seems kind of gimmicky to use the MA legendary as Assassination because it's made mostly to get like a lucky one-shot off. Rather than to provide like any real damage, especially between goes, you kind of feel like a potato and you're very squishy, right? So I took the Doomblade legendary and I created a new build that's trying to emulate the burst window of the MA legendary a tad bit, while also bringing a little bit more sustained damage and multi-dotting potential, especially in twos. So hopefully you guys enjoy and you guys try out the build as well. Alrighty guys, we're here in Oribos right now. I'm here at the Great Vault, trying to get a haste piece, and as you can see in the bottom left, I did not get any gear that I didn't already have, so rip me. I'm going to be going without haste pants for a little bit longer, unfortunately. But we're here to talk about the build for the Doomblade legendary. So first up, we have pretty much similar talents outside of a few exceptions, and I'll go over why. Elaborate planning for big burst window like before. Now without, because we don't have the Master Assassin legendary and we're using Doomblade, we're going to be using the Master Assassin talent, and it's going to be our gateway to doing more damage instead of the legendary. Mark for death for more damage in the burst window, elusiveness obviously because you're going to need a healer. And then instead of taking prey on the weak, which as somebody mentioned in the comments on my previous video, it's a 5% DPS or damage increase on kidney shot. But the way the Doomblade legendary works is that every bleed on the target gives you 5% more venom damage, right? So if you have internal bleeding on the target, that gives your envenom an extra bleed to do 5% more damage. So technically you're getting the 5% more venom damage without taking this talent already, as well as getting that extra bleed damage. So that is why I go internal bleeding in this category. Next up we have Alacrity. I tried Exsanguinate, it did not work. It's very hard, especially with my lower haste values right now, to be able to get up all my bleeds. So like, right, you'd have Garrote, Rupture, the Mutilate bleed, and then you'd have the internal bleeding bleed during your burst window. And I thought, oh, with the Master Assassin talent, and then I vanish, and then I use Exsanguinate, that's going to be a lot of damage, right? Well, the hard part about it is it's very hard to get all your bleeds up and for them to have a long enough duration where you can use Exsanguinate in the burst window and still be applying the bleed damage, or the percent, like the 5% per bleed increase for envenom, because your bleeds start wearing off very quickly and you don't really get that. You don't get all the damage bonuses during the burst window because the bleeds fall off, right? So for now, I'm going to be going with Alacrity. It's more consistent, less time gated. It's less stressful to play because you're not like, okay, I need to have all bleeds up, make sure they all have a good enough duration. Okay, now we can go for the damage window. It just feels like you have to line everything up. So instead, Alacrity, take that for now. And then Poison Bomb. I tried going Crimson Tempest, right? It does AoE damage and it does apply another bleed. But again, it's just another thing you have to micromanage. And because you can't get these perfect scenarios where you could have your Garrote up, your Rupture up, Crimson Tempest up, and then, have your Slice and Dice up, all this takes time to get up and get going. And in that meantime, you're getting absolutely blasted by every other class in the game. So I just go Poison Bomb. Yeah, it's in the background, but hey, it does extra damage in the burst window. Usually it procs in the burst window, and I just prefer it. Less things to manage, right? Even though technically this would give you an extra 5% damage during the burst window if you had it up, but I decided just to go with Poison Bomb. And that's basically the talents I use. Covenant-wise, exact same Covenant choices as before. This time, I didn't change anything. It's pretty much the exact same as the normal Master Assassin build. So yeah, if you watch that video, same thing, and I'll just go over the conduits if you didn't watch that other video. So Lashing Scars, Rush Setup, Cloaked in Shadows, and then Shiv, of course, and yeah. that is going to be the build. Alrighty guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed making this video because it was very fun and it was cool to try out a new build. Long story short though, I think that the MA Legendary has more reliable and better burst, and the Doomblade Legendary has more sustained damage and can also put up some formidable burst, although a little bit less reliable. So you guys can go ahead and give it a try and let me know what you think. I think that if the MA Legendary is ever nerfed or changed and things like that, then the Doomblade Legendary is going to be like the go-to way to play Assassination Rogue, especially if they buff, you know, they nerf MA and then they buff like the bleed damage and things like that of Assassination. I think Assassination can actually be pretty insane. Outside of that though, as you can see, I'm at the Gurubashi Arena in Classic. And that is because I want to be focusing more on Classic and TBC related videos, especially for Rogue and Arena. And so hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Let me know in the comments if you guys are down for that. If not, and you guys want me to make more retail centered videos, let me know. I'll try to keep making retail Rogue PvP videos as much as I can. I'm still going to be doing like things like 3v3 Arena and stuff like that, but my main focus is probably going to be on Classic, leveling up a new Rogue. As you can see, I have a really geared Rogue right now. I mean, relatively speaking, it was basically a full best in slot Blackwing Layer Rogue, and now that's not really the best because Nax is out and whatnot. But I'm leveling up a new human Rogue on Twitch right now. I'm like level 44 at the moment, so I'm going to be trying to get a human Rogue leveled up, everything ready for TBC, so I can make some really good TBC, centered videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. But anyways, thank you for watching.